If you are a foreigner investor and you are looking to sell your property here in Florida, this video is going to be for you. Today we are going to be going over what rules, regulations, taxes, FERPTA, and everything that has to do with selling your property as a foreigner investor here in the United States, specifically in Florida. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Waisfeld, local real estate agent here in Miami since 2016, helping buyers, sellers, and investors with all of their real estate needs. Today we're gonna be going over FERPTA, taxes, and everything that has to do with selling your property as a foreigner. So lots of my clients are foreigner, and this is a question that I get asked often, and these are doubts and concerns that I get asked a lot. So we're gonna get into that right now. All right, everyone, first let's talk about the most important rule and law that has to do with selling your property as a foreigner. That is FERPTA, okay? FERPTA stands for Foreigner Investment in Real Property Tax Act, okay? Pretty much this is a tax that is for the foreigners. What was this tax, created? Because let's just give two examples of Joe is an American citizen and Louis is a foreigner. Joe has a $500,000 property. He sells it. He's an American citizen. He has social security number. So whenever Joe goes and does his taxes with his accountant after he sold his property, he's gonna have to pay taxes based on whatever income he has made and whatever income his accountant has, declared, or whatever that amount may be. Louis, on the other side, does not have social security number. He's not an American resident. He's a foreigner, so he can easily sell the property and go running and go off without paying any taxes, right? Because who's gonna go after him? He's not a U.S. citizen. So the government created this act, the FERPTA, to protect themselves, right, and be able to charge whatever tax amount these foreigner sellers are responsible for. So what does that mean? That means that when they sell a property, being a foreigner, the title company keeps 15% FERPTA tax until the foreigner seller, together with the accountant and title companies, could prove to the IRS that much less is due, and then the government will give back whatever is due, whatever back to them. So they may keep only 5%, 10%, the full 15%, 0%. Okay, so that's gonna depend on various factors. So it's very important for you to understand the FERPTA. There's a lot of exceptions to the rule. Okay, so it's very easy for you just to get in touch with me, and I'll be more than happy to put you in touch with my team who specialize in foreigner investor. Next is gonna be whatever amount of income, right? Paying taxes on the income. So if you buy a property for $500,000, then you sell it for $1 million, the government, the IRS, is gonna want some type of taxes with that or those gains. So you need to speak to the accountant, you need to speak to title company, they will help you. And as a matter of fact, a really cool thing that we have here in Florida or in the United States, I don't know if other countries do, is that you can easily reach out to us. I'll put you in touch with the title company and they can get an idea of, after everything that you have to pay, how much you will be left with after you pay all of this. So it's very easily, no cost to you. You can reach out to us and the title company will be more than happy to do so. Now let's go step by step how selling your property as a foreigner will be. The first step is to hire a real estate professional who specializes in foreigner investors like myself and my team. Everyone in my team specializes in working with foreigner investors, so they already know the rules, the regulations, the policies, the taxes, all the laws, everything that has to do. So it's gonna make your life much easier. There's a lot of agents out there that don't, so everything gets a lot more complicated. Okay, so first thing is to hire your real estate agent. That real estate agent is gonna guide you to their team. That's gonna be the second step, is for you to get in touch with the team and know how much taxes you need to pay. If you have any exceptions, anything that has to do with cost, and so you know how much net profit you will make after the sale. Third step is going to be determining the value of the property. Okay, run a CMA, comparative market analysis, on your property and calculate how much that property is going to be worth, what the comps are going for, and really get the right price. You don't want to go above, because that property is just going to stay there. You're going to end up making less money, and you don't really want to go lower than the market is worth either, because then you will lose out on some money. That is where expertise comes in, and specializing in different types of properties come in, and marketing that property and listing it at the right market value. The next step is going to be to start preparing the property for sale. So for instance, if there's a tenant in there, we need to go in there and see how it is. If that tenant left and is vacant, even better, my team and I will go in there and see how the property is, if it needs painting, if it needs any updating, if there's anything that we can do to make it better, to prepare it for sale. Next step is going to be taking pictures, doing all the marketing and the videos of the property. Okay, so the more exposure, the more people see your property for sale, the more we're gonna be able to get supply and demand. Okay, very few people see it, they're gonna send a low offer and it's gonna be less. Next step is to start showing the property, receiving offers, and then negotiating. This is my favorite part of the whole process. I'm always going to be negotiating for you as a seller, always being firm on our price. If there's multiple offers, then even playing a little bit there and trying to get even a higher offer. Okay, so negotiating is a very important key point into determining how much we're going to end up making net at the end of the sale. And the last thing is going to be closing. Okay, where will you be as a foreigner seller? Are you going to be locally in Miami or in Florida to sell, you know, in paper? Or are you going to be in your country or somewhere else traveling, or maybe another state? Okay, so there's a few rules to this. So number one, you can be present at the title company. Usually the buyer chooses a title company wherever they want, somewhere in Miami or in Florida, depends where the property is going to be located. Okay, so first step is going to be going to the title company and signing in person. That's going to be the easiest. The second way is to do a RON notary. It's pretty much a remote online notary signature. Okay, so you're going to meet pretty much via a Zoom call with the notary licensed in Florida. They're going to ask you a few questions, identification. They're going to want to make sure it's you, ask you to go over a few things, and then you can do the signatures digitally there with them. Okay, that's probably the most common way most of my foreign investors do. And then the third step is going to American consulate nearby near you, and you can do the signature there with the American notary. Okay, so those are the three ways. Of course, the easiest way is going to be in person or the online notary. So that is pretty much it when it comes to selling your property as a foreigner. This is very important. You need to work with someone that specializes in foreign investors. You need to know about the taxes, about the FERPTA. You need to make sure that you know who you're working with and that they understand all of these processes. Okay, so very important. If you are interested in working with us, or at least getting to know how much money is going to be left after all the costs, please feel free to reach out to us. You have all my contact information down below. It'll be a pleasure to help you and guide you through the process of selling your property. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every single week we come out with videos talking about Miami, Florida, and real estate down here. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one.